Jaya Radha Murlidhara Radha Murlidhara Radhe Jaya Radha Murlidhara Radha Murlidhara Radhe Jaya Radha Murlidhara Radha Murlidhara
Hare Krishna, everyone. Welcome so much to tonight's auspicious festival of the Holy Names. This is the first Bhakti Life festival of the year, so it's super special. Thank you for being here. And the festival tonight was organized by Kruni Mai and Ananya Devi. So I see Ananya Devi here. I don't see Kruni Mai, but he's definitely somewhere in the building, so we can all say a big Haribol to thank them for organizing. Haribol! Yes, and so it's going to be a really special festival tonight. A few things to meditate on this evening is that this is all about the holy name, right? And the holy name is the incarnation of the Lord in Kali Yuga. So sometimes people are like, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita that whenever there is a decline in religion, I come to help out, to reestablish the principles of religion. And so where is he now? But actually, he's here in his holy name. So we are celebrating the Holy Name tonight. And this festival is celebrating Mahaka Sankranti, which is actually marking the day that Lord Chaitanya took sannyas. And the taking of sannyas is very significant because it really marks Lord Chaitanya fully surrendering and fully dedicating his life to spreading the holy names of the Lord and giving these names to all of us, spreading Krishna consciousness. And you know, it's so funny, I messed up the first part of our speech. My name is Champa, and
My name is Gopal.
so now we got that clear. Welcome, everyone. And so we are celebrating this festival to appreciate the holy name and to chant the holy name together. Jai Shri Shri Radharani Hari Gaurachandra Ki Jai.
Something else also happened on this day.
What's that?
I think I changed from being a single mom to wanting to get married.
I really love this festival. I'm really glad that we're celebrating this festival today, because otherwise he wouldn't have married me, so thank you very much to Lord Chaitanya.
So our schedule today will be as follows. Next will be the talk by His Grace Yadunath Prabhu, and he will tell us about the holy names. And after that, we will be japa meditation, and at 8:30 we'll have a drama, and at 8:30 we will have a dance by Prema Mani, and we will have kirtan and prasadam in the end.
You want to tell us a little bit about Yadunath Prabhu?
Yes. And let us introduce Yadunath Prabhu, who is
Woo! Hare Krishna, Hare
he has been a practitioner of Bhakti Yoga for over 25 years. He's an actor, writer, and instructor who is currently teaching at New York Conservatory for Dramatic Arts. He's appeared off-Broadway and on TV and film, including the mockumentary Hacks with famed comedian Jim Gaffigan.
He's pretty famous.
Yadunath has led team building workshops for corporate clients including Intel, American Express, British Air, the Philadelphia Museum of Art, and NYU. He's also held workshops using improvisation and spiritual practice at ashrams and retreats from New York to India. He's performed for devotees at festivals and retreats and appeared as host of the documentary Hare Krishna 50 Years of Service and Joy. He also portrayed Kirtananda Dasa in the television series Apai Charan. He serves at Bhakti Center in New York and was initiated in 2002 by his friend Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj at the first ISKCON temple in the world, 26 2nd Avenue, where he now serves on the board of directors.
I'll tell you a few funny examples of the kind of stuff that Yadunath Prabhu does, just to, make him smile over there. And one thing that he has us do when he comes to Bhakti Center and lead team things with us is he has us hold hands in a circle and close our eyes and walk towards each other, and people have to stop us. Another thing that he's known for is his japa. Has anybody seen his 2 japa skits before that he does? He demonstrates bad japa, and he also demonstrates how devotees say Haribol to everything, how Haribol can mean multiple different things. And then the first drama that I ever saw of Yadunath was when him and Manjari Gopika did a skit on he was trying to chant japa and she was the mind having a fit. And it just really escalated to the point where he threw a cake at her face. And the mind calmed down and he was able to chant japa peacefully. And he's going to lead us in japa later, which is going to be really great. So in the meantime, we can give him a big round of applause and welcome him to the Vyasa.
Thank you, Prabhu. I don't have any cakes with me today, so you're all safe. Don't worry about that. Thank you for having me at the Holy Name Festival. Just start with a few prayers. Om Adhyana Tamarandasya, Vinanjana Shalakaya, Chakshur Umilitanam Bhagavani Sri Gurave Namaha. Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namane Namaste Saraswati Devi Gaurvani Krishna Nira Shishya Srimivadi Pascharachari Shikari Panchakalpa Tulibhyascha Kapasundubhya Evacha Patitanam Bhavane Vaishnavyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivas Hari Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Okay, so just to begin with, to start off with, I'd like to ask a few questions. Okay? Is anybody new here? New to Bhakti on some level? Okay. You know a little bit about this, but not a lot, or you don't know anything? A little bit? Okay, great. Okay. So, some people have faith in God. God is not a human being. So that's a positive thing for God. Because I've dealt with human beings and it's not so cool, right? So God's not, that's in his favor. He's not a human being. On the other hand, he's sort of removed. He's some might say aloof or remote. I can't see him there. I can't, have a one-on-one like I can have with a human being. So that's sort of that's a demerit. Human beings are right there, so you know what you're dealing with there, and they're tangible, they're not removed, they're not remote, so that's a plus for the human being. For a human being, though, human beings are susceptible to 4 defects, right? So the tendency to commit mistakes, you can be illusioned, there's a proclivity to cheat. What's the other one? Imperfect senses, right? Limited, imperfect senses. So that's a demerit for the human beings. Right? So therefore, it's possible to have more faith in human being or God, right? The human being, you don't know if they're going to cheat you. So who here has equal faith in Srila Prabhupada, who spread Bhakti Yoga, the chanting of Hare Krishna around the world? Who has equal faith in Srila Prabhupada and in Krishna, or God, as you know God? Equal faith. Okay. Who has more faith in God than in Srila Prabhupada? Yeah. It's okay, you're not sold out to Srila Prabhupada, it's okay. Who has more faith in Srila Prabhupada than God? Yeah, that's also possible. Okay, interesting. Thanks for participating in that little survey. The questions are not over. So this is the Festival of the Holy Name. Why have a festival for the Holy Name? Why celebrate the Holy Names? Anybody? Yes, sir?
Holy names are not different from God.
Holy names are not different from God. Yeah, as the Chapa Prasad. Anybody else? Okay. Yeah.
So we can come in here.
So we can go. Okay. You were gonna say?
The incarnation of the Lord in this in Kali Yuga is in the form of the Holy Name.
Right. Okay. Right. Similar to the first thing, but yeah, Krishna incarnates as a holy name. Okay. Just to jump. Does anyone? I imagine most of you are familiar with Bhagavad Gita. Does anyone know the title of the 8th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, as it is? It is called Attaining the Supreme. It's called Attaining the Supreme. Does anyone want to attain the Supreme? Okay. Many. Okay. Yeah, by attaining the Supreme, we like attaining God and want to be with God, have a relationship with God, attain the Supreme. Okay. All right. So if you want to attain the Supreme, you need to know how to attain the Supreme. And that's discussed in the 8th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, as it is called, Attaining the Supreme. So you want to attain the Supreme, you go to the chapter and it tells you how to attain the Supreme. And in the purports, in Prabhupada's purports or commentaries in that 8th chapter, he gives the sort of mechanics that are involved with the how to attain the Supreme. So it really makes it very clear. And the methodology that he recommends is chanting the holy names of the Lord. Why? Because, as we've established, that is the Yuga Dharma. For this particular time period in history, it is recommended that we chant holy names of God. Now, you don't have to chant the name of Krishna if that seems weird, unusual, or foreign to you. What name of God are you comfortable with? You can chant that name of God. Any bona fide name of God will do. So, with that methodology in place, what does that mean by chanting? We're so incapable in this age of Kali. We're a mess. The people that we look to who seem to have it all together and are successful and happy and all that stuff, even they're a mess. And they're suffering. Everybody's suffering. The most successful person in the world that you can think of is suffering. The happiest person that you know is suffering. It's not that they're suffering like a person who's obviously suffering, like maybe a homeless person who you see obviously every day of their life is suffering. But they're still suffering, if not today, tomorrow. So it's a constant struggle. The holy names takes us out of that suffering condition. The holy names grant us liberation, mukti, liberating us from this suffering condition. Because no matter how good you have it, you're going to have to leave this body at some point. You, the person who is animated, this flesh and bone, the flesh and the blood and the bile and the bone and all that stuff, it's all made of matter. So all matter deteriorates, right? And eventually just falls away into nothingness. But you and I, who am inhabiting that matter, we neither deteriorate nor slip away into nothingness. We are a constant thread through many bodies that we inhabit, through many material bodies that we inhabit, and therefore are eternal. So the holy names are our ticket out of that suffering and out of this quagmire of material existence that limit us. We're like this, like dancing spark of spirit going, blah, 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 except we're contained within this material body. And the material body is like, we can't do our dance. I can't, my elbow won't go up, and we just want to be so expressive and free. But the material body limits us. And the holy name will take us out of that condition into eternity. So, let's look at the Chaitanya Charitamrita. This is one of our scriptures. Lord Chaitanya appeared in the 15th century, and he is Krishna himself. He is God himself. And I'm not going to go into sort of proofs about that, but there are proofs about that. They're not accepted by everyone. But he was predicted in other scriptures, and he fulfilled that prophecy, and he showed divinity while he was here. But so in that scripture, the Madhya Lila, the 6th chapter and the 241st verse, and that's a long chapter, 241st verse, it is written, Bhakti sadhana shrishta shunniti ite hailamana prabhu upadesha kaila nama sankirtana. Then the Bhattacharya asked Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was having this conversation with Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. He asked, which item is most important in the execution of devotional service? Good question, right? Which item is most important in the execution of devotional service? The Lord replied that the most important item was the chanting of the holy name of the Lord. So that's pretty emphatic. It doesn't say the Lord paused and reflected for a moment. It doesn't say like after some time the Lord responded. It seems like boom boom. Which is the most important item in executing the execution of devotional service? Well, the chanting of the holy names of the Lord. So this is God Himself giving the prescription of how to attain Him. This is God Himself telling us how to attain the Supreme, how to have a relationship with God. Chant the holy names. The very next verse, chapter 6, verse 208 and 242. Anybody have any idea what that verse is? 241 verse is what I just read. Verse 242, after telling the Bhattacharya that the most important item was the chanting of the holy name of the Lord, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Krishna himself, he quotes the Purana, and he says, Hare Nam, Hare Nam, Hare Nam Avakevalam Kalo Nasteva 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 Gatir Anyata. Famous verse. He says, this age of Kali, it's so difficult, it's so impossible. But the way to make spiritual advancement is to chant the holy names of the Lord. Chant the holy names of the Lord. Chant the holy names of the Lord. That's not me. That's the text, right? Hare Nam, Hare Nam, Hare Nam. It's so important, and it's such the essence of what we need right now that he repeats it 2 times. Hare Nam, Hare Nam, Hare Nam. And then he follows it up by saying, there's no other way. This verse says, there's no other way, there's no other way, there's no other way. 3 times again. So it must be pretty important if he's saying, look, man, there's no other way to do this. Do you understand me? There's no other way. Please, listen to what I'm saying. There's no other way to do this. You have to chant the holy names. Chant the holy names. Chant the holy names of God. So, and by saying that this is the only way, it's not a sectarian proposition. He's not saying you have to chant this name or you have to do it in this way, but he's saying the method is bhakti. The method is love. What can connect you with God is love. It's the only thing that he's moved by. He's not moved by how smart you are. He's not moved by how much money I have. He's not, certainly how much money I have. He's not moved by anything else that we're really great at. He's moved by love, which is the thing that most of us are the most moved by. So it only makes sense. So there's no hocus pocus connected to this. Just chant this incantation and abracadabra, you'll be enlightened. No, it's a logical thing. If you buy the premise of God, then you automatically buy into this dichotomy of spirit and matter that we were just talking about. So there's spirit and there's matter. Right now we're engrossed in matter, and many of us have this desire to transcend matter and reconnect with our spiritual essence. Our spiritual essence, that's who we actually are. That's who we are. I'm not a white guy who has gray hair and is Italian from New Jersey. That's not who I am. That's who I'm pretending to be. That's what I'm pretending to be right now, but that's not who I am forever. I'll leave this body behind, and the process, the transition that we call death, and I'll go on to some other body. So Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. they're telling us that this is not a mundane sound vibration. That means it's not material, it's spiritual. So here we have something that purports to be a spiritual sound vibration. It's a spiritual sound. And that will affect our consciousness. Because material sounds affect our moods, right? So it's not so far-fetched to say that a spiritual sound vibration will also affect our mood, our consciousness. We're going beyond that. We're saying it actually taps into that eternal identity of ours as a spirit soul. So by chanting this mantra again and again, it wears away the material contamination. We call it material contamination because we've been through countless lifetimes. I was describing earlier how our spirit will leave this body and go into another body, and then leave that body and go into another body. So this has happened millions and millions of times through all species of life. And it's not just like you live that life and that's over, you start the next one, that's over. No, there's a continuum. You carry over from one life to the next, what your desires are, the karma you've generated. Look, we generate so much karma in one lifetime that we couldn't possibly reap the results in that same lifetime. It's impossible. So therefore, we take that karma. So we're going to reap that good karma in a future life. Sometimes we can reap it in this life, but I'm saying it goes on to another life, and we reap that good karma, the results of that good karma. And then we're born and we're like good looking, and we're born and we got some money, or whatever the case, we get famous, whatever the case may be. That's our good karma. But also that bad karma, we reap the results of that bad karma. And they don't cancel out each other. They each run their course. So sometimes there's really good karma and really good tragedy in the same lifetime. Sometimes you get all the tragedy, sometimes you get all the good karma. But again, as I was saying earlier, there's still suffering, because that's the common denominator. So the holy names help us to transcend this dichotomy and wipe away this contamination, the conditionings. We've been conditioned to think certain things, like even in this lifetime, we're so conditioned to think like if we just buy this product, we're going to be happy. If we wear that cologne, you'll get the girl, you'll get the guy, right? So conditioning. It's brainwashing. It's actually brainwashing to convince us of the lie that you can actually have meaningful happiness in this world. And that's not possible. But when I say that's not possible, I acknowledge the fact that we can get it in little spurts. But what's the use of having it in little spurts if it never stays with any longevity? What's the use of any happiness if it's always constantly being interrupted by pain of some sort? Which is clearly the case. I'll have to give examples of that.
Recording in progress.
Good for you. So it's a spiritual sound vibration that wipes away our conditioning and our contamination. It's like cleansing a window, right? You can't see anything through that window, but the more you clean it, the more you can see through it. And that's what the Maha Mantra does. So we're chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. That's why, chanting it once in your lifetime it brings unbelievable good fortune to you. But it's not enough to break free of the shackles that we have created for ourselves. In order to do that, we have to repeatedly chant the holy names. And that's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was always talking about chanting the holy names. He started the Kirtan movement. If you guys have been here on a Thursday night Kirtan, that wasn't some Bhakti Center innovation. That was Chaitanya Mahaprabhu inaugurating this Kirtan movement that we are reaping the benefits of now and will go way into the future. So he went around chanting Hare Krishna in the streets, singing the holy names of God. Hare Krishna, going through, letting people hear it. There's two ways of chanting. There's japa, which is with the bead bag, or without the bead bag sometimes, just quietly to yourself. But that's kirtan. The other kirtan is sankirtan, where it's done in public. Sankirtan has the slight edge because you're doing it and others can hear. Even people who, they're atheistic, they don't believe in God, they don't want to know anything about God, they're hearing it, they're benefiting. The blade of grass, the tree, the insects, they're all benefiting from hearing the holy name because they're all spirit souls. Life only happens when there's a presence of a spirit soul. So don't degrade a worm because it's in a worm body. It's in a worm body for a few weeks. I don't know how long a worm lives, but it's only for that length of time that it goes on to another body. It'll go on to a bird body or a fish body and a fish body and a dog body and a cat body and a tiger body and a cow body, and then we'll get a human body. And with the human body, we can read the scriptures. The scriptures are, it's not like do this, don't do that, don't have fun, don't have a good time, blah, blah, blah. These things are there for a reason. They're handbooks. They're, every machine comes with a manual. Bhagavad Gita is a manual to tell us what to do and how to operate this material body. The body's a machine. It says so in the Bhagavad Gita itself. The soul is seated as if on a machine. Because no soul in the body doesn't move. The body doesn't move. So yeah, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu starting the Sankirtan movement. Okay, so and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is actually an amazing figure. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is like a hidden avatar of Krishna. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu only appears sporadically. Krishna appears in every yuga in different ways. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu doesn't come in every yuga. He comes once in over 8 billion, is it billion years or million years? I think it's billion years. No, I think it's million years. Either way, it's a long time, don't you think? It's a long time. So he appeared just 550 years ago or so. That's incredible, A lot of people say, whenever people talk about God, it's always these ancient books and you never see it, oh, he's here, and the books talk about him being here, but thousands of years ago. Well, no. 500 years ago is not a very long time ago, So God came to earth a little over 500 years ago in an incarnation that is so loving and compassionate. Other incarnations, Krishna comes and he's like killing like a banshee, and he's like killing demons, the bad guys, and all these things. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is just spreading love, man, just spreading love. And he's not looking for the qualifying either. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, just surrender to me, and I'll take care of the rest. So Krishna requires surrender. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu doesn't require that surrender. So you surrender to me or not, take love of God. Take love of God. And that love of God starts when you hear the holy names. And when you chant the holy names. I don't know if you ever wondered why Kirtan is like that. It's kind of a good setup, right? I chant Hare Krishna and then you chant Hare Krishna. It's like, so, Shravanam Kirtanam. I'm chanting and you're hearing. But then you're chanting and I'm hearing. So it works like that. So when devotees are on Sankirtan on the street, like Lord Chaitanya used to be, it's either they're chanting and everybody is hearing. And some people also chant, like just regular people who are not bhakti people. They start chanting along. Sometimes they dance along. And when they do it, I don't know if they know this or not, but we know that sometimes they're mocking us. They're singing, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. And they're dancing like, but guess what, man? The joke's on them because we just want them to benefit. And they're getting benefit because Lord Chaitanya does not discriminate. Whether you mock the holy name when you say it, or whether you say it with the most love that you're capable of, there's benefit there. Of course, intention matters. But God is so kind that He accepts it if you're mocking, if you're joking, if you're doing it but you don't really believe it. anything connected with God is remarkably beneficial to us. I mean, we don't really have the scope to understand how much we benefit when we engage in anything that is connected with the Supreme Being, Krishna. Whether that's honoring prasadam, eating sacred food that's been offered to Krishna, or chanting his names, or hearing his names, or just serving those who are committed to serving Krishna, serving the Bhakti Center. Okay, so jumping back to Bhagavad Gita, Attaining the Supreme, right? The 8th chapter, Attaining the Supreme. The 5th verse in that chapter goes like this. Anta kale chamameva smaran muktva kalevaram yaprayati samadbhavam yatinastyatra samshaya. Those of you who aren't proficient in Sanskrit like me, it means, and whoever at the end of his life quits his body, remembering me alone, at once attains my nature. Of this there is no doubt. Whoever at the end of his life quits his body, remembering me alone, at once attains my nature. Of this there is no doubt. That's Krishna speaking. God says, of this there is no doubt. So how quits his body means death. When you leave your body, when you die, how do you remember God? Is it just like fingers crossed? Like, well, when that car is running me over, I'll just think, oh, Krishna. You think you'll have that kind of control over your mind at that point? No matter how you leave your body, it's pretty daunting. If you can't breathe, I imagine I'm not going to have complete control over my faculties. But the chanting of the holy names is the training, is the workout to make sure that we can bring our minds to the point of remembering Krishna. So I just want to read Prabhupada's purport. It's not very long, but it's striking. And I'll tell you why if you can't figure it out by the time we're ending purport. This is commentary. In this verse, the importance of Krishna consciousness is stressed. Anyone who quits his body in Krishna consciousness is at once transferred to the transcendental nature of the Supreme Lord. The Supreme Lord is the purest of the pure. Therefore, anyone who is constantly Krishna conscious is also the purest of the pure. The word smaran, remembering, is important. Remembrance of Krishna is not possible for the impure soul who has not practiced Krishna consciousness in devotional service. I'm going to read that again. Remembrance of Krishna is not possible for the impure soul who has not practiced Krishna consciousness in devotional service. We're all impure. Every single one of us is impure. And so it's not possible for us to remember Krishna. However, Krishna gives us the chance. Even Krishna gives the impure soul the chance. He gives me the chance by practicing Krishna consciousness in devotional service. So devotional service is practicing Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness is devotional service. Bhakti yoga, Krishna consciousness is the same thing. So by the practice, there are a few thou shalt nots involved, but only if you really want to attain God in this lifetime. Otherwise, you don't have to worry about them. They're just tricks of the trade, but they're not tricks. They're methods to really home in on what your goal is, if your goal is attaining the Supreme. So there's that. But it's also just it's a lot of the do's. It's not just the don'ts. And the do's are chant the holy names of the Lord, chant the holy names of the Lord, chant the holy names of the Lord. Serve the devotees, serve the Guru, serve Krishna. If you do something to help out with the Bhakti Center, that's bhakti, that's devotional service. Okay, back to the purport. Therefore, one should practice Krishna consciousness from the very beginning of life. If one wants to achieve success at the end of his life, the process of remembering Krishna is essential. if one wants to achieve success at the end of his life. Now, what is success? Before I die, I want to go to the Grand Canyon. That would be the success of life. For some people, that's the thing. So get in a car or a plane and go over there and get the success as you define it. I don't know. I don't think this is happening anymore. Other people, success is defined by wealth. You know, I'll be successful once I get that big house, that great car, once I break the $1 million. Can you say the $1 million mark? It seems like not as much anymore. Maybe it's the $10 million mark. Once I break the $10 million mark, you know, the 8-digit sum, then that'll be success. Maybe success is nobler than that. Maybe success is once I fall in love with the right person, then I will have been successful. And just have that relationship. Right? That's another measurement of success. But that's not how spiritualists in the Bhakti Yoga circles define it. That's not how Prabhupada is defining it. The process of remembering Krishna. If you can remember Krishna at the time of death, that's success. And that's the ultimate success. And the reason why is because if you attain Krishna, if you attain the Supreme, then you no longer have to worry about trivial things like going to the Grand Canyon, working hard like an ass in order to make enough money to get a big house and a big car. And even to get that relationship, because spiritual relationships are so satisfying that you no longer need to find that one person who's your all in all. Because, you know, actually, unless you enter into that relationship with a healthy state of being, it's going to be disastrous anyway. Because you know, if you need that one person for your self-worth, then things are going to crumble like a bloody cookie. So go for that relationship, but make sure you're healthy and make sure the relationship is healthy. Okay, back to the purport. Therefore, one should constantly, incessantly, doesn't incessantly mean constantly? But yet he says constantly, incessantly. Again, really emphasizing this. As much as possible, right? So therefore, one should constantly, incessantly chant the Maha Mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So constantly, incessantly, repetition. Chant the Maha Mantra. The Maha Mantra is Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So repetition there again. Lord Chaitanya, Prabhupada says, has advised that one be as tolerant as a tree. Torah Pisavicana. There may be so many impediments for a person who's chanting Hare Krishna. He wants us to be tolerant of those impediments. Nonetheless, tolerating all these impediments, one should continue to chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So that at the end of one's life, one can have the full benefit of Krishna consciousness. My God, in the space of 2 sentences, he wrote out the whole Maha Mantra twice. Same purport, 2 sentences. Constantly, incessantly chant the Maha Mantra. What is that mantra? Hare Krishna, etc. Lord Chaitanya advised us to be tolerant. And there may be impediments to the chanting of Hare Krishna. But we should continue to chant what? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare. I mean, it's really trying to get a message across to us how important this is. You know, and in the Bhakti circles, even somebody like me, right? She said over 25 years doing this. It's so easy to start taking this for granted. Well, this is what we do. We chant Hare Krishna. Don't take this for granted. It's a rare and special thing. And it's not a ritual. Because it starts to feel like a ritual. This is what we do. Every day we chant this mantra. And that's the equivalent of whatever ritual you perform in order to get something. Rituals are sort of often set up like that. If I do this, then I'll receive this. We'll receive something, but it's a selfless something. It is a selfless something. It's also a selfish something because we get so much out of it. But It's not a ritual. It's actually offensive to think of chanting Hare Krishna as a ritual, because we need to have the proper frame of mind. And that proper frame of mind is to connect with Krishna. So the selfishness that I'm talking about is, I want to please God. I want to serve God. I want to learn how to love God. Krishna, please engage me in your service. Please give me a chance, a second chance. I know I've turned away from you for millions of lifetimes, but I want to come back to you. So we can receive the full benefit by constantly chanting. So what is that full benefit that he's talking about? Well, he says so, Krishna says so in this verse, if you put your body remembering me alone, you attain my nature. So 2 verses later in the 8th chapter, in verse 7, that was verse 5, in verse 7, Krishna says, therefore, Arjuna, you should always think of me in the form of Krishna, and at the same time, carry out your prescribed duty of fighting. Arjuna was a warrior. With your activities dedicated to me, and your mind and intelligence fixed on me, you will attain me without doubt. So this is for all the people who say, well, do I have to become a monk? Krishna does he does not want me to be heard. That's what it is. So, anyway. Yeah, okay.
Let me change that to the battery's dying.
Yeah,
So I'm
yeah.
doing that. I'm sorry.
See, even batteries die, it's not just people. So, yeah, where am I? Yeah. Oh,
Two
okay.
verses later.
Yeah, 2 verses later. Yeah, so you don't have to become a monk, you don't have to give up your life and just join the nunnery or something. You can live your life and do your work and still become saintly, and still be 100% fully renounced and devoted to God. It's just a matter of consciousness. Make a slight adjustment in your consciousness. That slight adjustment is, I'm not doing this work to make money so that I can do X, Y, Z to fulfill my desires. I'm doing this work because I need to survive in this world. I need to maintain my home, which I'm turning into a temple of Krishna, to keep this body and this soul together. Why? So I can use this body in Krishna's service. So, get married, have kids, do your job, be an artist or a plumber or an accountant or a manager or whatever, and just shift that consciousness. So in the purport to that 7th verse, Srila Prabhupada writes, this instruction to Arjuna is very important for all people engaged in material activities. The Lord does not say that one should give up his prescribed duties or engagements. One can continue them and at the same time think of Krishna by chanting Hare Krishna. Just remind yourself, I'm doing this for God. I'm doing this for God. This will free one from material contamination and engage the mind and intelligence in Krishna. By chanting Krishna's names, one will be transferred to the supreme planet, Krishna Loka, without a doubt. So, at the end of the purport, the 5th verse, Prabhupada says, chant Hare Krishna so that at the end of one's life one can have the full benefit of Krishna consciousness. What is that benefit? By chanting Krishna's names, one will be transferred to the supreme planet, Krishna Loka, without doubt. So, if you have equal faith, remember in the very beginning of the talk, if you have equal faith in Krishna and Prabhupada, then cool, you're golden. If you have more faith in Krishna than you have in Prabhupada, then Krishna says, if your mind and intelligence are fixed on me, you will attain me without doubt. If you have more faith in Prabhupada than you have in Krishna, there were hands for all of these iterations, right? These options. Then Prabhupada gets more specific. And he says, by chanting Krishna's name, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, one will be transferred to the supreme planet, Krishna Loka, without a doubt. And the more you learn about Srila Prabhupada, the more you understand that this is not an ordinary human being. This is a Shakti Avesha avatar, meaning this is a person who's empowered by God to come to earth to save us conditioned, contaminated souls without having to go through the rigorous cleansing process. I mean, it's still, there's a lot to it. But imagine having to like purify yourself for all those lifetimes that I was talking about earlier, all those, the conditioning and the contamination and the bad choices, the bad karma. And even, bhakti yogis, like many of us here, it's not that we want good karma. We don't want good karma. We don't want bad karma. We don't want good karma. Because whether it's good or if it's bad, you have to take on another material body. Because to reap the results of any kind of karma, which is a material proposition, you have to take on a material body and enjoy that good karma and enjoy that bad karma. So we want to transcend karma altogether, leave it behind. So Krishna sends Prabhupada. He first comes as Lord Chaitanya to set the whole thing in motion. And then the Acharyas, since Lord Chaitanya, before Prabhupada, they're busy setting the stage for the arrival of the person who's going to do it. So I don't know if you can imagine this, man, but in the 16th century, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, God himself, makes this bold declaration that the chanting of the holy names will be chanted in every town and village all over the world. In the 16th century, there's no airplanes. People aren't even hopping on a boat, on a luxury cruise liner to go to see, America, right? Imagine saying such an audacious thing. Wow, how is that possible? You wouldn't even be able to think of a way that can happen. Because you can't envision something like airplanes or world travel. You can't imagine something like a global village, like picking up a phone and seeing somebody who's in India right now. Or Scotland, and looking at them and talking to them in real time. It just doesn't occur to a person. So they're putting in all these things into place. And then Prabhupada comes, and he's the one. It's not Keanu Reeves. It's Prabhupada. Prabhupada comes, and what does he do? He spreads the chanting of the holy names around the world. It's unbelievable. Because he was here for 12 years in America. He was in the West, I should say, for 12 years. And in those 12 years, he went personally all over the world or planted seeds. For example, in Russia, he couldn't spend more than a few days there. He planted a seed that is sprouting into the most amazing tree with the most amazing fruits. You meet Russian bhakti yogis. They're some of the most enthusiastic devotees around. And it's all because Prabhupada planted that seed in 1971. And then a lot of other people who followed him, right at that time it was just one. That spread to many more, but they had to do it underground because they would get arrested, and many of them did, and they got tortured just for what they were doing, chanting the holy names of God. But they had that faith. And they kept at it. I think I'm running over time here. Okay. So you connect the dots. The chanting, it's not magic. You connect the dots from chanting the holy names to actual spiritual benefit. And then as you do it more and more, you actually experience something happening, a shift in your consciousness, a shift in the way you deal with situations. Your heart opens up, you can feel these things in time. So I encourage you to stick with it. We're going to chant around together. I just want to bring one last thing to your attention. In medieval times, they used bow and arrows a lot. If you had a really big bow, you had to double string it for strength, right? So the first string, then you had the second string to give it extra. But the first string was like the main string, and then the second string was like the backup. It was a backup string. So even this has become part of our lexicon, right? In sports, so like this is the first string team. That's the team that's out there on the field. They're the best ones. Second string team is the one that hangs back. If the first string team needs help, then the second string comes in, right? Those of us who chant with a bead bag, we also, there are two strings. There are two strings, right? So there's the Japamala, that's this string of beads that we're chanting on, but then there's this other string. This is the counter string, right? So some of us make vows to chant a certain amount of rounds. So maybe people chant 1 round every day, 4 rounds every day, 10 rounds every day, 16 rounds every day, or more. So it's a way of keeping track of how many rounds I chant. Each bead on this Japamala, we do the Mahamantra on each one, and we go all the way around. It's 108 beads. Now, our focus needs to be on the first string, because that's the best string. The second string, that's the counter string. This is dangerous, because too often, our mind goes from the first string to the second string. How many is that? Ah, that's 5. Only 11 more to go. That's not Krishna consciousness. That's process consciousness, right? So get it back to the first string. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare. How many to go? 3 more to go. Almost there. Oh, that's process consciousness. Get away from process consciousness. You don't have to think about how many more, because it's being counted for you. You can forget about it. That's why even if you're chanting and thoughts run through your mind, oh, I forgot to call Gaur Kumar. I gotta remember to call Gaur Kumar. Don't think about it while you're chanting. Keep a pad next to you. Write down, call Gaur Kumar. Then I can forget it. I advise no one to forget Gaur Kumar. But my point is, you can forget, you have to call Gaur Kumar, and instead bring down. And any of you who need Gaur Kumar's number, just let me know. Okay, so are we prepared to do the round? How are we going to do this?
You have the beads.
Going to give the beads. If you have your own beads, please take them out. And if you'd like to try chanting on beads, it's very nice. They're going to hand out beads. The nice thing about chanting on beads, apart from it also counts when you go around, you know you've done 108, and that's 1 round. Apart from that, it engages another sense. We're engaging our sense of our tongue, our speaking. We're also engaging our sense of hearing by hearing ourselves chant. And now we can engage our sense of touch by feeling the beads. You can actually rub the beads, or you can just touch them and move them along. So we'll do this together in something they call chorus chanting. And we'll chant a little slowly, so that we can do it in unison. If you go to Mangalarti, which is the morning services at any temple, Bhakti Center included, there's a japa period. And everybody just sort of chants at their own pace, at their own speed and volume. It just kind of sounds like bees humming bees. It's very nice. But it's also nice to chant in unison, which is what we'll do. So does anybody need beads? Yeah, still over there. It's not that you need beads to chant. In order to count, there are other methods. Sometimes people use counters, clickers, chanting on your fingers. Or sometimes, if you've done however many rounds that you've determined you want to do every day, you can just chant. Just random mantras. Hare Krishna, and count them or not count them. You can do it anytime, all the time, whenever, wherever. And if you can't speak for some reason, you can think. Anybody else need beads still? Okay. I'm going to start with the Panchatattva mantra. If you know it, you can do it with me. This mantra Prabhupada gave us as a way of, again, Lord Chaitanya being so merciful that if we chant offensively, that Lord Chaitanya will absorb that and disregard it. You don't have to chant the Panchatattva mantra before every round. Some people even do it like before every round and after every round, and then before every round and after every round. No need especially to do that. If you get some value from chanting before every round, you can do it. There's no harm in it. It's not necessary. It's not necessary to do it all. I personally like to do it before I start chanting, and I'll just chant however many rounds I'm going to chant. Okay. Any questions before we begin on how to chant? Okay. Okay. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasari Gaura Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama. Bring the mind back to the first string.
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare.
First string.
Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare.
My heart on the names, mind on the names.
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Don't lose determination.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Thank you. That was wonderful to hear you all chanting. I was reminded during my japa that I need to get a new bead bag because my thumb is coming through the bag. And it occurs to me that this is really a microcosm. Like so much chanting in this bag, over years of chanting in this bag, my thumb, and I don't put pressure on it much, but it rubs against there. Imperceptibly, it's been wearing away at this cloth until finally there's a hole in it, and my thumb comes through the hole. In the same way, when we chant Hare Krishna, it imperceptibly sometimes, it just wears through that contamination. It works its way through that contamination, that conditioning, until it pokes a hole right through it and gives us access to the Supreme Lord Krishna. You just gotta keep at it. Thank you so much for your kind attention. Hare Krishna.
Let's give a big round of applause for Yadava Prabhu.
Safe travel to India.
To India.
To India. No. I'm in India frame of mind.
Thank
To
you.
Florida.
Thank you. So, you know, have you ever had the experience that you tell your mind that, hey, I'm gonna chant, 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 and then your mind says,
Can't.
have you ever had that experience? We're gonna give you a little bit of encouragement for when your mind is doing that to you. Listen to the words, okay? This is a little bit of an intro. Just bear with me. I'm telling you to chant, chant, chant. You're telling me you can't. I just want you to be happy. So you can remember this song whenever your mind tells you not to chant, and you can chant. So thank you so much, Yadava Prabhu, for leading us through this mantra meditation. And now we are going to some people need to go on the other side of those blockades, those red curtain things, whatever they're called, and because we're gonna have a drama. So everyone turn around so you can look back and see the drama. And I just want to give a big shout out to the amazing drama team who has done this drama. Yes, give a big round of applause. This has been headed, I believe, by Manohar Prabhu, who with Nandini Radhika and team has made just amazing dramas this year. And I have heard that Nandini Radhika is in the play, which I don't really know how that's happening considering she's in India, but somehow or other she is still going to be in this play, even though she's in India. So everyone can pay attention, and the name of this drama is The Names That Never Die, and it is about Haridas Thakur, and Yadanath is going to give us a little bit more info.
The life of Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur is one of total absorption in Shuddha Nam, the pure chanting of Krishna's names. Throughout this great saint's life, he exhibited many amazing feats and miracles. Tonight, this play represents one such instance which exhibits the universal validity of chanting the holy names of the Lord. This play is based on the historical writing of the Chaitanya Bhagavat, as relayed in Prabhupada disciple Rupa Vilas Prabhu's Namacharya book, which features commentaries from various acharyas and professors such as Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Professor Sanyal, and Raghava Chaitanya Prabhu. With that, we happily present to you this play entitled The Names That Never Die.
Who the hell does he think he is? Chanting this Hare Krishna, huh? I'll show him. I'll show him that no one will disrespect my religion and get away with it. I know exactly what to do. But the king must listen to what I have to say. So, Haridas Thakur, your days are numbered.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare. Oh, brothers and sisters, mothers and fathers, I have a simple request for you. Please chant the holy names. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Haridas Thakur! Yes, that is me. Haridas, by the order of the king, you are under arrest. Oh, is that so? Yes, for the crime of practicing a religion other than your own. You are hereby detained, and you will either repent or die. Have no fear, my friends. No amount of small-mindedness, either religious or political, can ever stop the flow of Krishna's mercy. Come on! Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. You stay in this prison until the king is ready to see you.
Haridas? Oh, Haridas Thakur! Is it really you?
Hare Krishna, it is I, Haridas Thakur,
Oh,
your
Haridas.
servant.
Obeisance is unto you. What a wonderful arrangement for us. We have been trapped in this prisoner house, but now I see that the Lord has not forgotten us, for he has sent us you.
Yes, yes, that is true. Oh, Haridas Thakur, please bless us in benediction.
Yes, of course. I bless you that you stay exactly as you are now.
Oh, that's not really nice.
What do you mean? You bless us to stay here in prison?
No, you misunderstand. Do not be worried about your present circumstance here in prison. I guarantee you that in a few days you'll be released from here. But please try to see that by your troubling circumstances, your mind has become fixed on Krishna. And therefore I bless you. I bless you that your minds may always be engaged in remembering the Supreme Lord, and always engaged in chanting the holy names. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Haridas, the king is ready to see you now. Never forget these instructions, my friends. Always chant the holy names and be happy.
Thank you, Haridas Thakur, thank you.
May Krishna protect you.
This Haridas is ready to see you, my king.
Fine, whatever it is. I always have to deal with these flowers.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Who is this?
This is Haridas Thakur, my king.
This.
Guard! Unbind him! Get him a seat!
Haridas, my dear brother. You are born into this great religion of ours.
Why then have you started to follow the ways of another? Why are you doing this? You can easily change your ways and embrace this greatness of our tradition.
How wonderfully the illusory energy of the Lord acts. My dear sir, please hear this. Various religious faiths call the Supreme Lord by different names. But in spiritual vision, All of these names refer to the same one supreme Lord. Various religions may have unique rituals and scriptural injunctions for worshiping the supreme Lord. But the one God accepts the love and the devotion of everyone. Therefore, one may worship God in this religion or in that religion. This is in accordance with one's inspiration in their relation with God. And I too am similarly acting under the inspiration of that one supreme Lord. And dear sir, having heard my words, you may now judge me. If I am at fault, then you may punish me.
Well said. Haridas. Yeah, I think here by
Mikey, do not be swayed by this miscreant's sweet words. He will surely bring shame to our community, and many others will follow in his ways. You must make an example out of him. You must punish him in all the marketplaces and make sure that this delinquent bows down to our tradition. Otherwise, he will die, my lord.
my dear brother Haridas, you see how excited our cleric is here. You should change your ways. My hands are tied. If you don't give up your ways now, he will force you to do so. You will be humiliated, insulted, beaten, and then you just regret. Will you still continue your ways? Will you still continue to do this chanting?
My dear sir, please know that no one can do anything except for what the Supreme Lord desires. Know for certain that the Lord awards the results of one's offenses. But even if this body is cut to pieces, and this soul, this eternal soul of mine, leaves this vessel, I will never give up the chanting of the Lord's holy names. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama.
God, seize this man. How dare you? Huh? You will be beaten in all 22 marketplaces and bend down your knee and follow my law. Huh?
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
You ready for more, Haridas? You are impressed, Haridas? No one has ever made it to the 22nd marketplace. But not anymore. Now, you die.
No, stop! This Haridas Thakur is innocent. Please, stop this beating.
Back off, lady. Unless you want the fate, same as your Thakur.
No, please stop. We'll pay you whatever you want. Just please don't beat the sacred man.
Back off. Your petty bribes are not gonna work anymore. This Haridas has become a public figure in a nuisance. His only respite is death. Anyone who tries to interfere will die alongside of this man. Now watch us kill him.
Please forgive them. Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram,
I just don't understand. Why won't he die? No matter how much we beat him, there is not a single mark on his body. He is unharmed. This has never happened before. What do we do now?
And why isn't he dead yet?
Sir, no matter what we do, has no effect on him. No matter how much we beat him, he keeps chanting happily.
Oh, well, in that case, consider this. If he is not dead, then you two will take his place. Yeah.
Are you guys okay?
No, Haridas, we're not okay.
Well, tell me if you're...
How much ever we beat you, you do not die, Haridas.
Yes, I've noticed.
And if you don't die, that madman, he will kill us. Have mercy on us, Haridas. Think of our families, Haridas. Think of our families. We beg you, Haridas. Please.
Well, why didn't you say so? If my remaining alive makes it difficult for you to live, well, then I'll give up my body immediately.
Really?
Yes, of course. Just watch. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama.
What? What? He is dead. He is really dead. Not a trace of life in him. We must tell the cleric. Cleric! 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 Haridas is dead! Haridas is dead!
Yes. This fool thought that he could disobey my law. I mean, God's law. God's law. Come. Let's go tell the king that the Thakur is wrong.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
So is it true then?
Yes, my king, the Thakur is dead. I and many others have witnessed it.
What a shame.
No, my lord. Today you have executed religion's highest values. You are the hero of religion today.
I certainly do not see that.
He's alive! He's alive! Haridas Thakur, he's alive!
What? This is impossible!
Impossible is a word only in a fool's dictionary. Harinam has saved him. I have seen the Thakur. He loudly dances and chants Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram.
No, I can't! Seize him! Seize him! How dare you speak lies in the court of the king!
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
No?
Hare Ram, Hare Ram.
How can it be?
Haridas,
He was dead! He was dead! There was not a single trace of life in his body.
But how is this possible?
Haridas. People just speak big words, but I see that you, Haridas, you have really attained perfection. You are a powerful saint. So I say, please forgive us for our misgivings and offenses. Now you may go wherever you want to go. Do as you please. Go where you want to go, Mahashaya Haridas Thakur.
Yes, good king. The holy names of the Lord will protect the soul of any who takes shelter within them. Whether this religion or that religion, whether this body or the other. Anyone who sincerely seeks the shelter of the Supreme Lord will be delivered. Therefore, my humble request, now and forevermore, is that you simply chant the Lord's holy names. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Murali Radha Murali Shri Radhe. Jaya Radha Murali Radha Murali Shri Radhe. Jaya Gaura Chandra, Jaya Gaura Chandra, Gaura Chandra, Jaya Gaura Chandra. Jaya Gaura Chandra, Jaya Gaura Chandra, Gaura Chandra, Jaya Gaura Chandra. Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Gaura Premanandi.
Another big Haribol for our amazing drama team. We had in this drama Guard 1, Anirudhapuru. Guard 2, Sohan Prabhu. The evil cleric, Jambavan. Karimbi Maya as the king. Tulsi Vilas as prisoner 2. Amrita Kishore Devi as prisoner 1. Apparently Nandini Radhika all the way from India was the producer. Parnika did the makeup. And as Haridas Thakur Maharu.
So we have the next in our program is Ecstatic Dance by Premamani, and it's a little introduction about her. She grew up in Krishna consciousness, and her mother, seeing her kids were more artistically inclined, had a vision for them to learn the Vedic arts. Premamani lived in India for more than 4 years and lived in Bhubaneswar, Odisha, learning this special art form, Odissi dance. She not only performs but also teaches Odissi dance, Mridanga, harmonium and cartels. She is an advocate of Buddhist Vedic arts and believes that from keeping our Vedic culture alive by supporting the pure arts, Bhakti will also be spread. Her school name is called Madhuri Mridanga. If you are inspired, if you want your kids to learn these arts, please visit her website, premamani.com, to speak to her afterwards. The dance she will be performing is called Patu. Patu is a pure dance piece in honor of Lord Shiva, describing such actions as the playing of the drum, veena, flute, and cymbals.
And everyone can come forward because she's going to do her dance here. Hari Om, everybody, really nice to meet you. Such a beautiful dance, so heartfelt, so touching. Please, again, please let's give her another round of applause. So beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thank you everybody for coming. Hare Krishna. Thank you for coming. And these Vedic art forms are so vital for our Vaishnava culture. And this is pure beauty, or real beauty, you can say in a sense. And I feel every time it's definitely a type of moksha. I'm sure you guys know the word moksha, or liberation in dance, because this dance is connected to Krishna. So thank you everybody for being here, for watching Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, everyone. We'll have a last program in our festival, so we invite everyone to come closer. We'll have a wonderful kirtan. But before that, we have a question.
No, we want everyone to see, look at how beautiful Sri Sri Radhamrita Gaurachandra looks, and they're all glancing at us. And the thing is that we're all part of Krishna's family. And family, like, you know, in America, everybody kind of, goes around the fire, right? It's like a very warm type of home feeling. So Radhamrita Gaurachandra, they're our family and they're our home. So let's all come really close. And we're going to have a very sweet, intimate closing kirtan. Really, really close for their pleasure. Calling out to them with all of our hearts with love.
About the Sakya, actually, she's gonna sing. But before that, I have a question for the audience. It's gonna be a numbers. So there's different numbers given in Vedas, so you can just guess what would be number for different occasions. So it's described if you take in prasadam. What is the number recommended? A number of a person recommended to take prasadam. Who knows? How many people should enjoy prasadam? What is the number recommended?
21.
21? It's close, it's close. The recommended is one person, I said, because you fully can focus. For studying, what is the number? Anyone guess?
33.
33. That's a nice number, but it's actually two. Two persons is enough to study, so they can encourage each other and keep up each other accountable. For walking, is number 3. And for decision making, anybody can guess what could be decision making number? Number of persons to make decisions? 4? Yes, correct. But this will be the hardest one. What is the number recommended if you want to make great spiritual advancement? 5. It's good, but any other guess?
108.
Even better. Any other guess?
1.
1. It's good, but what is the number? Maybe for how many people we need to make great spiritual announcement?
6.
6.
8 billion. 8 billion.
8 billion. Wow.
We
In
don't
the
run-
coldest one. Let's say as many as possible. So in this kirtan, please, as many as possible, please let's all come together in one heart, sing the whole lesson. Champakala Dasaki, she's going to lead.
So this is a very special time, right before Radhamurali Gaurachandra takes rest for the evening. And it's said that a very special time in the morning is when they first wake up, but it's also a very, very special time when they're about to go to bed. So, did your mom ever sing you a bedtime lullaby when you were a kid? My mom sang me to sleep every night. So, Christian songs. So we're going to sing Radhamurali Gaurachandra a bedtime lullaby. Hare Shri Radha Muridar ki jai. Shri Shri Gaura Chandra ki jai. Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Keeping your eyes closed for just a minute. Take a moment to, in your hearts, as Radha Muridar is going to sleep, meditate on how this celebration is commemorating Lord Chaitanya, dedicating his lives to chanting the holy names and giving these holy names to others. And take a moment to, in your heart, pray to the Lord and offer how you would like to dedicate your life to chanting the holy names and giving those holy names to others. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you all so much for coming. And thank you to Kruni Mai and Ananya Devi for organizing this beautiful festival.
Thank you so much for coming, as she said. And the next festival we will celebrate here at the Bhakti Center will be Nityanand Triyodashi. So like today we celebrated Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu dedicating his life. On February 10th, that is a Monday, we'll be celebrating Lord Nityananda. And then March 8th will be the next Bhakti Life Festival. So today's festival was organized by the team Bhakti Life, headed by Krishna Mahaprabhu. So in Flower Festival, March 8th, we will be basically bathing Shri Radha Muridhar in around 500 plus pounds of flower petals. It'll be very nice and amazing. So please mark your calendar for both February 10th and March 8th. And you can come here any Friday, and we have this kind of family atmosphere here. We have some katha, some talk, we have some kirtan, and then there is prasad served. And if you are really into singing the holy names, such nice kirtan led by Champak Lata Sakhi, then you can also join us on Tuesday night kirtan, or Thursday night kirtan. And last but not the least, today's prasad has been sponsored by Venkatesh Prabhu. Where is Venkatesh Prabhu? Here. So let's give him a big round of applause. And he is leaving New York City, so he seeks all of your prayers that he comes back. And then again, last but not the least, let us also chant one big Mahamantra for Champak and Gopal, who leave New York City tomorrow. So let's chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. There have been such pillars of our community. We are so, I feel a little unfortunate to lose these pillars, and they are basically going somewhere else to spread and serve other community members. So we pray in our hearts that may Shri Radha Muridhar bless them with more devotion, more service, more commitment, and happiness in service. So thank you so much, Champak and Gopal. They were very kind. They actually moved tomorrow morning, and they agreed that, oh, this is a festival, we'll come and we'll try to serve. So they were here. So thank you so much. So Sara is being served at the back. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.